Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of VTD6. Let's continue with the beginner maps, as always using no monkey knowledge. Now Hedge, Impoppable. I'm gonna use Churchill as a hero. So let's start this gameplay with a ninja that I'm gonna place right here, right? And now there are gonna be two main things while talking about this map. Going with only one life, so you cannot even afford to lose one life. And the first thing is that for round 7 you're gonna need that monkey right here, otherwise you cannot survive, because it's gonna be impossible regardless of the position of the ninja. It's gonna be impossible for him to pop all the balloons around 7, and so I just recommend here in this case just get the ninja in strong after you get the dark monkey, and yeah, that should be it. Then get the ninja 100, start getting more attack speed, more range, and that should be enough already to reduce all the greens to red balloons, so the dark monkey has an easy way to pop them all. And then whenever you can, get the ninja 101, and from then on it should be a lot easier to survive with just the ninja, so having no balloons sneaking through. I'm gonna still continue with the Impoppable gameplays, trying to show you the Tar 5 upgrades that so far I haven't even used in any of my gameplays. But this is already patch 9.0. That means that some towers have received a lot of buffs, especially the mortar. So I'm gonna show you, in this case, the 5th tower upgrade in the middle path of the heli, special operations. And even though I have already shown you the biggest one and Bloons generation, I'm gonna show them to you again, because these two have received a huge buff. Plus the mortar middle path, that as well is something that I haven't used. So those are gonna be most likely the 4 Tarfa upgrades I will get, plus the apprentice 205, so the Prince of Darkness as well, that is an upgrade at Tar 5 that I haven't used. And that's it. So that is gonna be it for this video. And so I'm not gonna need to farm a ton, just because of the fact that the mortar upgrades are not that expensive. The heli as well is not that expensive, so not really needed a lot of cash. Now thanks to another channel, I have actually found out a way that is a lot better than going with banks to get the maximum cash possible. Now in this gameplay I'm gonna go still with banks, because I think that is the most reliable and standard way. So like, you don't have to think about activated abilities and all that stuff. But the best and most efficient way to actually get farm and get a lot of cash is going with the 040 druids, and pretty much you spam the druids and you just get farms around the range, and in that way their activated ability, because it scales with the farms near the druid, is gonna be a lot. So the more druids you can place like in a central position, and the more farms you can get around them, the better it is. And so that's the new way. I found out that is the best one, so there isn't like a better way than that one to get the maximum cash possible. So yeah, that's great. Okay, I think here first should be must. And most likely when I'm gonna show you all the Tar 5 upgrades for the Super Monkey, because first of all they're very expensive, but at the same time I want to get them like all in one gameplay by getting a Vengeful Sangha Temple. I'm gonna need a lot of cash, and therefore that is gonna be exactly when I'm gonna show you this strategy with the druids and how to like use it so you can get the maximum profit. And yeah, so for the next, most likely for the next Impoppable gameplay, that is gonna be what I'm gonna show you. And it's not gonna work every time because you're gonna need a specific towers once you are like building up your druids and the farms. You're gonna need a specific setup to be able to survive, but nonetheless it should work out, especially in like a beginner map. Even without monkey knowledge, I don't think that monkey knowledge will change a lot the strategy. Just maybe the fact that the mana shield may be useful in Impoppable, but other than that, I think that it should be doable. So right here, as you can see, I'm just getting some towers to survive some key rounds. So I got a Dark Shooter for round 31 and 32, otherwise you cannot survive. And then I got the Alchemist as well, 100, to be able to pop all the leads without any like delay. And this is the bank in the beginning of round 37, so 38, sorry. And here preparing for round 40 for the Moab. Very important, getting a 300 Alchemist. So that the ninja can be buffed with the best brew. And here for the Moab round, just getting here a 203 tech shooter should be enough. And let's go with the Moab. Now this round depends many times on RNG. So if you see just too many Bloons sneaking through, just replay the round. In this case I could beat it at once, but I can understand that sometimes it doesn't happen. It doesn't go easy as it was my case. So don't be afraid, just click the home button and just restart the round, and that should work. So try the round over and over until you get the round that you want. In round 41, finally I'm gonna place Churchill. He's very expensive, so it's really not, there is no point in trying to place him early in the early stages of the game, because he would take out a lot of the time that you need to get your farm going and get the ninja and so on. So at the end of the day, you're gonna face round 40 being weaker if you try to place Churchill earlier. So that's why I just place him after the one round. That's the only key round that you need to beat. Other than that, it should be easier. And now he's gonna start leveling up. So the other levels of Churchill are pretty fast, but then he becomes very slow leveling up. Okay, one more round. And so if you're gonna be able to get him level 20 for round 100, you're gonna most likely need a lot of cash spent to unlock the levels. So yeah, just be aware of that. Now I purposely didn't got anything in these rounds because I wanna get, if possible, 3 farms. I think I can here. So I'm gonna get here. And I can just sell now this tack shooter to get it to 3-0. And now I can just replace it again. So I'm losing a little bit of cash in the transition, but as you can see now I have 3 full banks. And that of course is all I want. So I'm just replacing now the tack shooter and I'm upgrading it right away. 202 though, I'm gonna keep it 202 because later on I'm gonna get the first upgrade on and not the third one. Actually here I'm gonna get the stronger stimulant. I may have messed up here this round, so I'm gonna just restore it. You need to use Churchill level 3 ability for the ceramics around 49, otherwise you cannot pop them. So you can pop all the Bloons together, and that was my mistake, I think. So just be careful here when the ceramics come out, just do it. Okay, here we go, and now I'm gonna get in the meantime the alchemist. Still I'm not able to pop all these Bloons, so that's very unusual. Okay, so to prevent any further delay, I'm gonna just get here a village to increase my tower's range. Should work. Okay, so let's get a village right here. Right, okay. A bomb right here. Okay, and yeah, that's it because I cannot get anything else. But now at least the village is giving more range to my towers, and that should be already enough to pop all these ceramics, hopefully. Just a bunch sneaking through. Can I pop them somehow? Nope. Okay, so this is very annoying, I have to be honest. Having just 2 yellows sneaking through my defense like that. I think I'm gonna just need the 203 tack shooter. That's the only thing I need. So yeah, sorry for this, but I didn't want really the 203 tack shooter. I wanted the 402, but it seems I'm gonna need to get it, otherwise I cannot beat this round. Okay, just 2 reds this time, so that monkey, and boom, selling it right away. Okay, Alchemist 402 now. I'm gonna do, as I said earlier, getting a bomb right here. And then, before upgrading it, I'm gonna get another village right here. The closer I can to the right side, if possible. Okay, discount, range, and now upgrading this bomb. So that's the difference. So in that way now I could save some cash just by having the discount. So getting a bigger range with this village, and this is going to be important from where I can collect the cash from the banks, because I'm going to place the next banks around here and hopefully in range of this village, so I can get the banks as well for less cash. Churchill level 6 can actually have camo detection, so with the ninja and Churchill plus the alchemist buffs, you don't really need camo detection with the village, so that's also very good. So let's take out AutoStar here because the banks are gonna be full. Alright, let's collect, and as I said, placing here the banks. So that is gonna be the first one, I think. So discount, I can get another one here with the discount, I think. Yeah. Right, and then another one here. Alright. I'm gonna actually use this room right here for some towers, so I think I cannot afford to, yeah, I cannot get a farm right there in range of the village anymore. So can I get one here? I think I can if I sell this again. Yeah, see that if you sell the attack shooter you can place a farm right here. I knew it. And that's the last farm. So now placing again this, but this time, here we go, 302. Next thing is getting the bomb, 204. And then this should be already enough for round 63 for the ceramic rushes. So I have a total of 7 banks, also explaining the fact that with the village I could get 3 of them for less cash. So that's perfect. Let's get here some more attack speed just with this top village. And then here, using Churchill's abilities, I think I'm gonna need to use it for like round 62 here for the end of the round, for the 245 map class Bloons. So that's the bomb, 204. And I don't need to use the ability. Okay, perfect. So you can use or you cannot use the Churchill ability for round 63 because it should be enough anyway, regardless of the fact that you use it or not. But if you're ever like, if you're in trouble, use it. It's gonna do more damage to ceramics and more class Bloons. Okay, here I may have used it too late. Okay, no, it worked out anyway. But yeah, just be careful of the timing because if you don't have the ability and there are off mobs and ceramics in the screen, you may end up needing to restart the round. So yeah, be careful about that. Okay, I'm just taking measures for the next things that I'm gonna place. So 2 rounds. At the end of round 67 I should have the banks full once again. Should be able to clean this. Okay, so let's take out auto star once again so that I can get everything done correctly. Alright, collect all. I'm gonna get right here Monkey Town and Monkey City, and maybe I will be able to get right here farm. Oh no, that's so sad though. Oh yes, I can. Yes. Barely, but I can. Okay, nice. So one more farm discounted and that's it. I think I cannot get any more discounted, so I'm gonna just use all the rest of the cash to get more banks. Right here you cannot fit 2, like you cannot fit 1 and then another one, so even placing it in the middle should be enough. Right here as well. One more. And that's it, because 6.4 is not enough to get yet another one. So I'm gonna get right here camo detention just in case in these rounds I have like problems. Now right here, oh sorry, I didn't get auto star. More. So let's start building the towers I'm gonna get the tower 5 upgrades on. The first one that I want to show you is the new biggest one, so I'm gonna get right here 320 mortar. Now the biggest one has received a huge buff because now it deals as well not only like 20 layers of damage, but as well it deals 3 times more damage to ceramics and mob class bloons. And that's a lot. That's a very huge buff. And therefore I'm gonna exploit it. I'm gonna get right here the big one, so now I have 5 layers of explosions and a bigger area damage. And so that means as well that there are more bloons stunned, because more bloons are caught in the center of the explosion. I may get here as well a ring of fire. And okay, that should be good. So you can see that the radius explosion of the mortar is quite big. So yeah, let's get here ring of fire. I should have got though with the range, I think here, so 420, but anyway, I should work because it's being buffed by the alchemist or not? No, it's not being buffed, but anyway, I'll get a perma brew later on, so I should work anyway. Always being careful about the banks and trying to collect whenever you have the banks full. Now around here 75, you may need to replace the mortar just to be able to finish off the bloons, so that's why I'm going like slower here. And that should be all you need. So just replacing slightly the mortar. Okay, at the end of this round the bank's full once again. Churchill level 10, so now you can see that he's pretty behind. Like normally all the other heroes for about round 80 are like level 12 or 13. And the more Churchill levels up, the more slowly he's gonna get XP, because his upgrades are very powerful, and that's why you don't unlock them unless you spend cash on him. So normally in 100 rounds you cannot unlock them all. If you have a submarine 500, you may be able to get him like higher level without spending a single cash on the upgrade on the levels. But even like that, so even with a 500 submarine that makes heroes earn 50% faster the experience, still with that you cannot get him level 20 for round 100. So I got right here all of this. I'm gonna get the biggest one upgrade right now, so it's gonna be the first Starfire upgrade that I'm gonna get, because otherwise after round 80 it's gonna be very unlikely that I'm gonna survive. So I want to get at least that upgrade going on, spending all the rest of the cash in banks. So how many banks do I have? 4, 6, 11, 12, 17, 19. Okay, so I'm gonna place like one more. I can place it right now, why not? Even if it's gonna be a little behind compared to the other ones, but so in that way I don't have to think about banks anymore, only about getting the Tar 5 upgrades. So with the biggest one you have bigger center explosion, and biggest like the other range of the explosion is very huge, so you can still damage bloons even if they're like about here. You can see the yellow line, so even if bloons are like here and the center of the explosion is here, you're still damaging bloons. 20 layers of damage of course, plus now with the 9.0 patch update, 3 times damage to ceramics and mob class bloons. So that's huge. And the also cool thing of the mortar is that if you need to, like if you have just a bunch of bloons sneaking through, you can just move the target like this, right? And you can follow the bloons until you destroy them. So I'm gonna use here both Churchill abilities, and then here, as I said, moving slightly the mortar just to do more damage, and should be it. Now, especially here against super swarms, and when there are like some fortified mob class Bloons, you may need to move more the 520 mortar. Yeah, see, let's see now these 45 BFPs. I'm gonna use level 3 ability from Churchill, and it's level 10. But yeah, that's good. So I should be able to collect the bounce once more, fully stacked before round 90. So that should be an advantage. So that when DDTs spawn, I should have a lot of other stuff. I want to show you as well the 5th upgrade on the Ninja, the Grandmaster Ninja, because as well this has been buffed in the 9.0 patch. Now it has 2 more of piercing, so each shuriken can pierce through 2 more Bloons. And so at the end of the day, because the 5th upgrade here shoots 8 shurikens per shot, means that overall you get 16 more of popping power. And so that's a huge buff. Not singularly, but because it shoots 8 shurikens at the time, so all at once, that's why it becomes so powerful. I'm just here not getting any upgrade because well, first of all, to show you like the potential of the mortar now, how strong the biggest one has become with the update, and now the banks should be full anyway. So let's use Churchill abilities here, and you're gonna see, especially now, I think, how useful it is to have the mortar so you can move it. So you can see right now that I'm like moving it a little bit, and I'm popping all these last Bloons just with the mortar. So let's collect here. I'm gonna sell now this bank, and I'm gonna just replace it right here because I need the room for another tower. So another tower upgrade I haven't shown you, as I said in the beginning, is the middle path upgrade for the heli. Very important, the 3rd upgrade, so downdraft, because it's gonna blow the Bloons backwards. So that's already a pretty nice thing. Plus the fact that you have Pursuit is gonna permanently blow back Bloons, pretty much like a distraction proc. Plus support chain hook, that you get both crates with lives and cash, and the ability to move some towers around, and the special operations, of course, dropping a marine that's gonna attack super fast, and it's gonna do as well a lot of damage. So that's first thing. Second thing is gonna be the Prince of Darkness. Now this upgrade is not very expensive, but it's random, so you depend totally on RNG, because regardless of the amount of Bloons popped in range of this tower, the Bloons that the zombie Bloons that he's gonna spawn, that are gonna fly backwards, you're gonna see here in a moment, that are fly backwards, and they do damage until they like exit from the beginning. It's random, so sometimes it's gonna spawn very powerful Bloons in the exact correct moment, and some other times it will not. So unfortunately for that one, you depend on RNG. And then here I'm gonna get a perma brew, and yeah, that should be it for now. So you can see here the server Bloons. Yeah, you can see sometimes here that is a BFB, like 2 BFBs spawning, and it's like it doesn't really matter about how many Bloons he is popping. It's very random. So the fact that it's gonna create more powerful Bloons or less powerful Bloons is random, and that's why I don't recommend placing him alone, because of the RNG total dependence, you may end up losing just because of RNG. So you may need to like restart multiple times one round until you get the correct proc. But other than that, I can show you now the special operation. So in between all this mass is gonna be pretty hard to see the marine, but the marine is gonna be dropped on the position of the heli. So if I drop it right now, it's gonna be dropped when there is enough room closer to where the heli was. So in this case, I'm gonna drop it, and it's gonna be right here. So his range is okay, but he attacks very fast, and he has a lot of piercing. So it's gonna be able to pierce through multiple balloons at once. And you can see that he's like staying for quite a long time. Then he's gonna like expire. But then you just need to wait about a quarter of the total cooldown of the ability, and you can place him again. So it's very convenient in terms of like placement, and then the ability is recharging, but you still have him. And so yeah, that's good. Now about the chin hook. The chin hook I think is most useful when you have a perma brew, because sometimes it happens that you have towers out of range of the perma brew, and so he's not gonna buff them. For example, in this case, the perma brew has not buffed, I think, maybe the heli and the mortar, but I'm pretty sure about the mortar. So if I can grab now the perma brew, I can just move it like I don't know, like here. Oh no, let's move it right here. So the heli is gonna move it. So now he has in range other towers, in this case the mortar, and so it's gonna buff the mortar. And because the buff is permanent, all these towers that now are out of range of the alchemist are gonna still keep their buffs. And that's the cool thing about the perma brew and moving it around with the chin hook from the heli. And that's why I think it's very nice. Now right here, I hope that I'm gonna be able to get 2 mortars, but if not, I'm gonna just sell one of the banks right here. So 45, oh my god, so let's use here some abilities. I'm not using the crates correctly from the heli, but nonetheless it should be enough. And that's the popping out upgrade. So spending just a little words on this upgrade, just to collect here. Now this upgrade is pretty powerful, first of all, because you're gonna unlock heavy shells. So you're gonna do extra damage to ceramic, leads, and all 45 balloons. And you can also pop black balloons, so even if you don't have a mortar in range of an MIB, you can still pop black balloons and zebras, I think. With artillery battery, you get triple attack speed, pretty much because it has 3 barrels. And then with the activated ability, you stun and you do damage at the same time, the whole screen, all balloons. So the only balloon that you cannot stun with this ability is the PID. Now the time of the stun is going to depend about the strength of the balloon. So if it's a oh my god, it's going to be stunned for less time than a BFB. There's going to be stunned for less time than a mob. There's going to be stunned for less time than a ceramic. So that's how it works. And then here, just placing the final upgrades, 35 upgrades. The mortar, the last path has been buffed as well. Now it's gonna benefit from the other path upgrades, especially from the first one. So the wall of fire that comes out from where the mortar is gonna shoot is gonna benefit from bigger range with bigger blast, and it's gonna be able to pop 2 layers of balloons at once. So it's not only the mortar attack that is going to do that, but as well the wall of fire. The ninja, just to get it. And now I'm gonna sell a lot of banks here. because I want to show you as well Churchill a level 20. So he's level 14, around 97, very behind. So I'm gonna here, that's why I'm selling the banks, because I need a ton of cash to actually unlock him level 20. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I hope I will. Still level 20 to go. So let's move now this Perma Brew right here, so that it pops now the other 2 mortars. Okay, should be good. Let's use here the abilities whenever they're up. You can see that I'm like destroying these Bloons very efficiently. And if anything, I can sell the 402 tech shooter in round 100, so that I can get Churchill level 20. I can even get him, yeah, right now, so it's not even needed. And Churchill level 20 is a huge level, because you do more damage with his level 10, but as well his main gun, so his basic attack is gonna do a lot more damage. And that's it. So these are all the upgrades, Starfire upgrades that I'm gonna show you today. And yeah, just look now at this BAD. So unfortunately now for the BAD, you're gonna need to move the mortars like every time, moving the focus, so that you get maximum damage from the mortars, right? Only the biggest one can like still damage the BAD, just because of the like the super huge range. But all the other mortars are like struggling a little bit. But then you can see them just destroying these Bloons. And that's it. So that was the gameplay, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.